Hello and welcome to my review of the Ork Nob Smasha Squig. He's included in the Warhammer 40,000 Beast Snagga Orks army set, and currently it's the only way to get hold of him. The set is £125. It's just nice to see a smashing Nob. I feel like Nobs in general have been neglected in the Ork army, because if you type in Nob into the internet, if you type in Nob into Games Workshop's web store, you'll find one measly old fine cast Nob with the War banner for about £15. You can get a box of Nobs, and you can also get a box of Mega Nobs if you like Ork Nobs as much as I do, but they haven't really had any big upgrades. We've seen these Squigs be introduced, we've seen the boys have a new kit, these new Snaggas, we've seen the Ork boys get some new wagons and things, but we haven't had a lot of attention on Nobs. So it's great to see a brand new one in this set, and he looks fantastic with all of the other Squig Hog boys, and will look brilliant next to all the Squig rigs. What we'll do is we'll have a closer look at this Nob. I will talk a little bit about it, go through some size comparisons, and then at the end I will run through all of his rules. So without further ado, let's have a close-up. I think it's a really cool looking model, actually. He's one of the biggest, he's probably the biggest in the set. You can have him with the pistol or with this big chopper. It's not an huge chopper, and yeah, as you can see, if you go for the big chopper, it kind of looks like it's a bit too far back, and in hindsight I probably would have thought that having the slugger would have been the better option, because then you can sling the chopper behind him. But that being said, for me, Orks have always been about close combat, and I wanted, a melee weapon, and I wanted him to be holding a melee weapon as he's charging into combat. I like the Smasha Squig that he's on. It's a little bit different to the Squig Hogs that the Squig Hog boys have, in that it's only got two legs. It doesn't even have little baby like T-Rex arms, which I wish they had. It's a step down from a Squigosaur, of course. It's just a Smasha Squig, and it just runs into things at full pelt and smashes them with this armour plating. Reminds me a little bit like Land Before Time, if I'm honest. But you've got a couple of options for the legs. So you can have this, part bionic leg, or you can have a different top metal plate, and the legs actually change whether he's just running or whether he's charging, and I've gone for this one charging. I wonder if I actually just went for him walking, that the Nob would be a bit further back in hindsight. But anyway, he's got his slugger there. There's a couple of gaps around which you'll need to you file down, use the Tamiya glue and things, but overall really nice looking model, a lot of detail. That big chopper is massive. It's got accessory pizza cutter there as well. It's got this canister that feeds into the Smasha Squig, which is quite interesting. But yeah, and then it's got like the handle that's kind of like just cut through into the rough neck of the Smasha Squig there, and he's got like a snake bite pole going on. I think I might change my Orks, all of them, into snake bites to embrace the Snagga boys kind of feel of the army that it's turning into. But yeah, fantastic model. It was great to put together. I actually put this together in one of the live streams. Yes, I do live stream on this channel. Let's have a look at some size comparisons then. So firstly, I just want to compare him to the other models in the set. So this is the HQ. It's important to note that this Nob Smasha Squig isn't an HQ. It's a separate fast attack choice, and he can be taken alone or with a unit of Squig Hog boys, and then they just count as one detachment choice. But you can take him on his own, but he's not an HQ, he's not an elite, he's just fast attack. This is the HQ, Wurt Snagga, and that gives you an idea of just how big this Nob Smasha Squig really is compared to him. He's the biggest model in the set. Then Squig Hogs. This is a Squig Hog boy. Look how small the Squig Hog boy looks compared to the Smasha Squig. These little Squig hogs, they're riding them around. This one's got a wheel on it with a Gretchen with a flamethrower, super soaker type thing. Looks quite cool. But yeah, as you can see, you know, one of these Nob on Smasha Squigs will, you know, dwarf the Squig hog boys that are milling about it. Next to a normal snagger, here's a snagger. I say smallest unit. I say smallest model in the kit. It's still an Ork boy size, probably a bit bigger. Still an Ork boy, really. I'd rather have called them lads, but one of these is bigger than a normal Ork boy. But we're yet to get our hands on the new Ork boy models. So that's where the Nob measures up next to these. I just want to compare him to my Nob, which is right here. As you can see, he is you know, Nob size. They haven't skimped out at all. The heads are the similar size, the arms are massive. Yeah, works quite well, but he would look all right, you know, leading a, you know, big group of Nobs too. Next to an Ork boy, this is an old Ork boy. Look how old this one is. Yeah, he's going to tower above them. So there you go. But compared to Ghazghkull, Ghazghkull is like about 5 Nobs sized. I mean, look at the size of Ghazghkull compared to him. If that doesn't make you want to go grab Ghazghkull, I don't know what will. That claw is huge. You could probably grab one of the Smasha Squigs in his claw of Gork, I think it is. No, they're giving him actual names for the raw and the claw now. But there we go. And the final little size comparison I always like to make is just with the Space Marines and Slime Arbo. So yeah, if you're going against Space Marines or even Primaris, this Nob is going to be bigger than most of the Space Marines you come up against, even like the Aggressors and things, which are a bit taller. Maybe not the flying ones, because they're probably about there, but even the flying ones, which are probably about there, you know, like the Inceptors and things. This Nob is still going to be towering over the battlefield a little bit. So I hope all those size comparisons have helped. Okay, this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the Nob on Smasha Squigs rules. So as I've mentioned earlier, you'll find him in your fast attack section. He has a power points cost of a 4 and a points cost of 65 points. Not that bad in the grand scheme of things for what he's bringing to the table, which is a movement speed of 10 inches, weapon skill 3+, ballistic skill 5+, strength 5, toughness 6, 5 wounds, 4 attacks, leadership 7, and a save of 4+. Firstly, Super, how does that compare to the Squig Hog boys? Well, he's getting 2 extra wounds at wounds 5, and he's getting 1 extra attack, and he's getting a better leadership. So hope that helps him lead those Squig Hog boys. But compared to a normal Nob, that Smasha Squig is giving him a better toughness at toughness 6, and it's giving him double the number of wounds. Instead of 2 wounds for a Nob, he's getting the 5. He's also getting an extra attack compared to a normal Nob. So he has been greatly buffed by jumping on this Smasha Squig. A Nob on Smasha Squig is equipped with a Slugger, Big Chopper, Smasha Squig, Jaws. So the Slugger works as normal. It's a range of 12 inches, it's a pistol 1, strength 4, AP 0 and damage 1 weapon. The Big Chopper is a melee weapon. It adds +2 to strength, that's strength 7. AP is -1 and damage of 2, that's quite decent. And then the Smasha Squig Jaws, it's a melee weapon, strength 6, AP -1, damage 2, and each time the bearer fights it makes 2 additional attacks with this weapon, and no more than 2 attacks can be made with this weapon. So you're just getting your 4 attacks with your Big Chopper, and then you're getting your 2 attacks with the Smasha Squig Jaws. Now, the interesting thing about this though is that even though they've named it differently, Smasha Squig Jaws, those jaws are the same profile as the Squig Hog Jaws. And personally, I think that they should have had something extra, like AP -2 or damage 3, just to reflect that they're named something different. But well, as long as you're going into this thinking that they've got the same profile as just the Squig Hog, which is a smaller creature, then there you go. But I would have thought that the Smasha Squig's jaws would have been slightly crunchier than the Squig Hogs, but there we go. Abilities: Beast Snagger and Here We Go and War. So Beast Snagger, obviously you've got your 6+ invulnerable save, and you're adding 1 to your attack roll against vehicles and monsters. Smasher End, each time this model finishes a charge move or heroic intervention, select one enemy unit that is within engagement range of the model and roll 5d6. For each result of 4+, that enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. So that's pretty good. You're getting 5 extra attacks there. You're getting 5 extra chances there of causing mortal wounds on a 50-50 chance. So you really got to be getting this Smasher Squig into engagement range. Squig Boss, for each clan Squig Hog Boys unit included in a detachment, up to 2 clan Nob on Smasher Squig units can be included in that detachment without taking up any battlefield role slots. That's fantastic. Keywords: Orks, Clan, Cavalry, Character, Beast Snagger, Squig, Nob, Nob on Smasher Squig. So there you go, very decent unit, a nice buff to a normal Nob, and you know, don't leave home with your Squig Hog Boys without a Nob on Smasher Squig. Seriously, this thing brings a couple more wounds than the baseline. It gives an extra attack, and they've also got the strength 7 melee weapons. Don't forget that it's still got the jaws, but the main thing you're going to be picking this guy up for, other than his increased survivability, is that Smasher End, where you've got 5d6 worth of mortal wounds potentially. So yeah, very strong unit, looks incredible next to all of the other Squig Hog Boys, but what do you guys think? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below of what you think about my Smasher Nob. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. For Gork and Mork.